Okay, guys, so thank you so much for jumping onto this podcast. It's the second episode of a business trip to Dubai. And today we are having on a guest, which I've really been looking forward to having on. He's really, really keen on crypto, the NFT space, and he's also living here in Dubai. So really looking forward to having him on. So
You are now arriving at Dubai International Airport.
Lorenzo, thank you so much for joining me today. Can
Thank
you
you for having me.
just kind of give an introduction of yourself, just here in the beginning?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm 23 years old. I came from Italy, and I live in Dubai since 2 years and a half. And basically, I work online since 2018, so 4 years and a half, almost 5 years.
Yeah.
What I did in the past 5 years was all about marketing. So I started with affiliate marketing, then my social media marketing agency.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And then 1 year and a half ago, I do like a pivot and turn into crypto NFTs. So really focus into NFTs specifically. I start studying a lot. And since then, I built my own project, NFT project. I built my Web3 agency. And basically, I produce content about NFTs in Italian. So that's
Wonderful.
it.
Yeah, that's great. And how long you've been living here in Dubai?
2 years and a half.
2.5
Since the 2020. I don't want to say the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And you're liking living here?
Yeah, I love it. I think it completely changed my life because I came here alone without knowing anything and anyone.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's it. I take my passport and came.
Yeah.
So it was really, really cool. And my main focus was just I thought it was the right place to build connection and for business, especially for online businesses.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, no matter, I'll try. So I opened my companies and yeah.
And
I'm
now you're
really
here.
happy. Yeah,
And 2.5
really
years
happy.
has passed. Oh, that's really great. And so this is one of the more interesting things I think about moving to Dubai is kind of how you change your environment. So how do you feel like that change of environment? Like what has that done for you and your business?
Yeah, basically in I came from a little place in Italy. So
Yeah.
there is not really too many people to talk about businesses, especially in our ages,
No.
We are not so old to talk about,
Yeah.
people that are entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So it really helps me about the networking of the same level or at least same mental level because we're not talking about only money, but same mental level every day. Because here every day you can connect to people. I mean, we are connected because we are in Dubai. So Dubai is like a filter for people that at least want to do something different in life. Of course, then like everywhere in the world, there is people that are fake people or good
and
people.
lazy.
Yeah.
No, but I get that. That's really, and that's what I hear a lot of people say is that the environment changed, and I felt that for myself also when moving here. It's just your mind just kind of levels up. I feel like also for me, when I moved here, I was 19, so I was really young. So for me, it was an insane jump in okay, all of a sudden I'm an adult. I really have to manage so many new things because where I lived, of course I didn't even live at home there, but moving to a new country for me was just an insane step up. So I think that's really interesting. So how you said you worked with marketing for a long time.
Yeah.
So how was the transition into the crypto and NFT space for you? Because I believe you did it around the boom of crypto. So was there any force behind that moving into the crypto and NFT space?
Yeah, basically it's still about networking.
Yeah.
Because I was living in downtown, in the Others Boulevard, and I had a lot of friends that was involved into crypto, since years. So they started talking to me, looking crypto. I mean, I already knew crypto because I bought the first pieces of Bitcoin in 2018, but just to try. So it was nothing. So I start say, okay, this crypto space is cool because I met a lot of people that start into marketing and then move into crypto. So my same journey basically. And they say, yeah, this is all the pros of crypto, all the blah, blah, blah stuff. Okay. And so I decided, okay, let's move into crypto. But then I really be obsessed with NFTs. So I really become really obsessed with NFTs, studying 10, 12 hours per day. So the crypto was just the first step.
Yeah.
Then I really moved into NFTs, and this is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. Now, and so right now, like the business that you're running, can you like go a little bit more in depth with what like exactly what do you do? Do you have a team? Is it only yourself? Like, what point are you at with that right now?
Okay. So basically, I have three things. So my NFT project that I have for sure an entire team. Is the biggest NFT project in Italy. So it's of course we have a team. We launched in April this year. So now these days we made the 3 days event in Dubai for the holders. So it's really cool because it's a utility NFT project. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So for them, yes, I have a team. So the name is Goat Nation, and basically in two sentences is a place in which you can become a goat, so greatest of all time, financially and personally.
Okay.
So personal growth and financial growth.
Yeah.
That's it. The second business is my Web3 agency that I launched 2 months and a half ago. So not so much because basically I was focused really into my NFT project, but I started making content about NFTs in February. Yeah. And a lot of people start asking me, let's collab, let's do something. But of course I say no to everybody because I was launching my NFT project.
Of course.
I just collab with, maybe you know, Jurassic World, the film, with NFT of Jurassic World because of the brand. So it was cool. So I started my Web3 agency. Basically, I have a full-time developers team.
Yeah.
And so our main focus is to implement the NFT technology or the blockchain technology into companies. So it's not really launching project like NFT project like Bored Ape or stuff like that, like normal project, but it's more like, okay, a company come to us and we implement the best strategy for the NFT technology. Yeah. So that's what you do. And then my personal brand. So I talk about, try to educate people about this word.
Yeah. And it's a tough word to understand. Like for me in the beginning, I remember I did a school project actually in like 2016 on Bitcoin. Yeah. And it was so funny because I was, I lived in Denmark at that point, and I tried to buy Bitcoin. And at that time you had to like have a Bitcoin wallet, have to like download the wallet, and then you could buy it with card. But the thing was that in that time in Denmark you couldn't buy it. So like the bank blocked the transaction. Yeah. So I was trying to buy, at that point, one Bitcoin was $2,000 I think. At that point was I'm trying to buy. So I tried to buy one Bitcoin. And didn't happen because the card got blocked. So I'm still I'm still sad about that. But I'm trying to move on. No, so could you, of course, if you would want to, like touch a bit upon like the minting of the NFT project? You know, how did it went, and what has it been like working with the project since minting it, like your own project?
Yeah, basically with my own project, of course, I started working in December 2021. So it was 4 or 5 months works, and of course you learn a lot building a project. The main lesson that I could never expect was how fast the market can change the NFT space. Yeah. So with my agency, basically with my personal brand, I also work as advisor to some projects. So the main difference between some months ago and now is the marketing phase between the start of the project and the minting. Yeah. And for example, right now, a normal marketing phase is 6 months. Okay. So when you say, okay, I want to launch this project, you prepare everything, you put the project online on Twitter, for example, and after 6 months you mint. Okay. So it's really different. The main key is to really stay up to date for the market and understand the market sentiment and the narrative, all this stuff. For example, what works really well since 1 year till now is the art. Yeah. So the art sector is nearly the same level. So it's a lot of information that you need to do. Of course, right now there is not so much people talking about NFTs because it's, I think, the fastest bubble of the last decade.
Yeah, exactly. that quickly ended.
Yeah, that's like this.
And like as an NFT like project owner, you must have had the thought like, there's so much talk about so many like scams and rug pulls and stuff like this. So what was your thoughts behind kind of avoiding that? Like, what did you do to avoid ending up being like, this Goat Nation, like it's a scam, it's a rug pull?
Yeah, first I want to say that my first 2 NFTs was a rug pull.
Oh, okay.
So I had I had really bad experience with that.
Yeah.
I was really hyped. I say, and then 2 weeks after the mint, the Discord disappeared. I say, strange.
Oh.
I went to OpenSea. The website disappeared. Everything disappeared. I say, what the fuck is this? And and then it was a rug pull. So it was crazy. But basically, it helped me a lot because I start to understand really deep the risk of NFT space. And what happened is you just need to put your face then.
Yeah.
So I invest in the NFT space only if I see people behind the project that put their face, and the value of their face is a lot higher than the NFT project. It's a simple equation. If you, for example, we are 3 founders, and our face, of course, matter a lot because we are in the space since a lot of years, so we're not here to ruin our face because of the So it's just
sense.
this. How much value has the face of the founders or the people behind it? You compare it, and of course, if they don't put even the face, it's really too risky in this period for me to invest.
Yeah. No, I think that makes good sense, and that's also one of the things that I was wondering when I tried buying my first projects, was that when you went on to a lot of the project has a who are we page, kind of the team, and then it was just 8 graphic pictures of monkeys and a horse and stuff like that, and then tag names. So if you would consider buying, you would never buy from an e-commerce store where it says the owner is literally a picture of an elephant. You would never do that. So also I think because it was so new and because so many people were okay, this is a place I can make a quick buck, then just it kind of also attracted the wrong people in both ways, people buying it because they just wanted to make some quick money, but also people just creating projects to make quick money.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there are scams also, the NFT project that just made money, did a really good launch, and then just didn't do anything
nothing
till
happens.
now. So even if, you are a big project, the floor price is good, but you don't do anything. For example, Doodles.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't make sense because they have ton of volume and the team disappeared for 2 months.
Yeah.
So I think the space need to really be a lot more professional. So there are more, nerd crypto guy involving into NFTs, and right now are 5% utility, 95% just flipping. So at the end of the day, there is no value. I think in 4 or 5 years will be the opposite. So it will be 90% utility and 10% just speculation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's also what I feel like the NFTs that are still doing good, you could take Iman's NFT, the Jens Croquet Club.
Yeah.
It's doing good, but it's because it has so much utility. And I think sounds like what you've created as well in your own sort, a community with real value. That means that if you keep holding and you don't want to sell, even though you might be people bidding 3-4x whatever you bought it for, you just be the community is so much more worth, I'll just rather keep it.
Yeah, for sure. And the same thing, for example, that let me buy the Iman NFTs was a no-brain because I know Iman since 5 years. Yeah. So I know that it will not risk his face for this NFT.
No, exactly.
So I went into NFT. It was my biggest mint because I spent 22.5. Yeah, because I bought 5, so I spent 22.5. That was crazy into the NFT space, but I understood that was not an NFT space, just the NFT technology used in a good way. That's the point.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I think that's what will happen is that people will start actually just taking benefit of the actual technology without going too much into I think we're over the graphic Bored Ape phase.
Yeah.
And I think of course maybe the Bored Apes will kind of live along, but I think all the other projects will just kind of slowly die out at some point.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Bored Ape depends on the metaverse. What they do with the metaverse. So it really depends on them. They have all the NFT space right now.
Yeah.
So they are a big company. They have infinite budget. So let's see.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one other interesting thing that I wanted to kind of ask you about was that, because from my perspective, I see NFT as crypto. For people that are not fully into the game, they will probably see it as pretty similar. And also right now, as we can see, when the crypto died, the NFT kind of died. So do you think it's a problem for NFTs like going to like have its own full potential when it's like so attached to crypto?
Yeah, well, I think that's a good question, but I think that a lot of big companies that really understand the NFT technology and they are already implementing the NFT technology, they are moving into, I don't know, fiat currency buy. So even now you can buy an NFT with fiat. It depends on which NFTs, but for example, the big companies are not even calling NFTs the NFTs.
Yeah.
They like Starbucks is digital journey. I don't remember something like that. The Reddit stuff, digital collectible or avatars. So I think with the mass adoption, they are coming more. They are understanding the NFT technology and they are putting without crypto. So even if it's in the blockchain, I see the future not so light to crypto space.
Yeah, exactly. Because also that's one of the problems that I've seen, like from my own perspective with NFTs, is that like a lot of people can kind of at this point understand, okay, NFTs, like it's a non-fungible token, this is kind of what it do. But whenever you get to the point where you have to buy it, then you need crypto. And then like for a lot of people it kind of just, okay, I don't know how to get crypto.
Yeah, it's crazy all the blocks you need to go through until you buy the NFT.
Yeah, exactly. And just I think for myself, just the other day, I was just trying to like buy some ETH onto just my MetaMask, and just wanted to like quickly buy for $100 because I needed to send some money to a friend basically. And then I needed to do like ID verification. I needed to do like proof of address, and then I needed, after I've like submitted like the same documents I do when I need a new bank account basically, then they say, okay, 24 hours, you'll get approved. So I had to so also I feel like at this point when crypto are getting like disrupted kind of by governments putting into so many rules and stuff you have to do, it kind of takes like the ease out of crypto. And also it takes out the entire like anonymity.
Yeah, true. Well, still there are a lot of things you can do to remain anonymous for sure, but the main thing is that it's also my main job with the agency.
Yeah.
We are like a bridge between Web 2 and Web 3 because our main goal is to let people understand and really use the NFT benefits, but without do all the stuff that you're telling me, because it's crazy. Nobody will do it. I think for the government, also the government will start using NFTs. For example, South Korea, they are implementing the NFT for the physical ID of the citizen. So it's really cool. And for example, they are implementing this in 3 years, they said. And just this will be 30 or 40, I don't remember, million people more that have a wallet. Yeah. So this is the main thing for mass adoption, letting people have a wallet.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the main wall.
Yeah. And also I feel like it's just important to make it like just really basic, simple.
Yeah, really smooth, like a Web 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like creating an account in Web 2, everyone can kind of do that now, but getting onto the wallet, getting the crypto, getting the NFT, it's still kind of, and also for me, like even though I'm not like that much into like crypto and NFT, like I still have times where I have to text a friend saying how to do this, because it's still hard. So you run the agency yourself, of course, in like the Web3 space, but how do you see the Web3, like which area do you see it moving in? Because from my own perspective, like I'm just thinking like, we work with like a lot of like e-commerce, physical retail locations, stuff like this. And they're just still like, of course, we just still like focus so much on like Facebook, Instagram ads. And I feel like the Web3, it's like just so far behind right now in at least amount of like people actually in there. So how do you see it like being really beneficial for companies? As you said, you work with like the Jurassic World. How can a company benefit from like the Web3 marketing?
Yeah, basically the NFT, you need to see the NFT like a technology. So it's really hard to say, okay, this is the 3 benefits of NFTs. Because it's like you ask me, what's the benefit of internet using internet for a company? So I say it depends on the company, of course. What I can see is it's too early for me to really see the best niches for NFTs. Yeah. But I can definitely say the top the best benefit from each niche. For example, the wine industry or the food industry in general, the supply chain, even all this stuff. So more internal in a real big companies, or a company that has a fidelity card, so you can use the NFT, or company that use the points, for example, the supermarket, or gas station. So there are really a lot of benefits using the NFT, but it really depends on the company, on the market. Even for example, in Dubai, to make an example for Dubai, the restaurants or the nightclubs, imagine all they can benefit from the NFTs, because you do like a card in which you can understand which are the loyal customer.
Like a member card, basically.
Member card on steroids, basically.
With a lot more functionality, and also with like actually just working out the way it's supposed to do, because of course, like a regular member card, if I just give it to my friend, he can go and use it. So also brings like, for like on the business side of things, it makes it a lot easier. And that's also what I hope to see, like the NFT technology, like moving into like someone like Ticketmaster saying, from now on, all our tickets is basically an NFT, because I just had a bad experience myself. I was going to watch the UFC in Abu Dhabi, didn't get the tickets because it was sold out, so just went online, find a guy who sold it, like bought it from him, went to the venue, and when I scanned my ticket, they say, not good. It's already been scanned. Like he's sold it like to 10 different people, I think. And that's like, for me, that was so, of course it was frustrating. Of course, not the end of the world. We just went ahead and watched it some other place. But I feel like for something like that, it could be such a good technology, because then I would be certain, like if I were to buy a ticket from someone, I could like verify that it's his ticket, and then I can also verify that it goes into my wallet and it can't be in anyone else's wallet.
Yeah, and of course it will a lot smoother, because there is no need of people, so there is no human error anymore, because you just need to scan it and you enter. So no error, nothing. And you can sell it, of course. So it's a secondary market. So it's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And you will not get scammed like I did.
Sure.
So right now you work with like the NFT projects. Could you kind of go just to really explain, like in case like the Jurassic World, what do you exactly like do for a company like them, and how do they benefit from it? If you can go a bit more in depth.
A little deeper. I can do some example. For example, I have companies that issue the how you call, like the graduated stuff. So for example, if you do a test, the document that say, okay, he's graduated this stuff or at this point, and for them it's crucial, beneficial than the NFT, because like you said, this is a document. So basically you can see, okay, this is a document that this company made for this person, this date, etc., etc. So this is really cool. And of course, the NFT benefits are blockchain one, so security, you can track everything, etc. The restaurants here in Dubai, the high-level restaurants, for example, in which they can use or a special event about NFT. So they issue 100 NFTs for a special event or for special treatment. I think Dubai really works well, like gold sheet stuff and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Or for example, just different treats. So if you have the NFT, you're a special customer. So people want to feel special, and it's really cool. And for the entrepreneur is safe, because okay, I have 100 piece and I know exactly that will be only 100, will not be duplicate, fake one, etc. So basically this, and for personal brand too, is really helpful. For example, if you have a big personal brand that you want to really build something real with your fan base.
Exactly.
You can issue the NFT and you can organize some events, virtual and real life, like Gary Vee did. Like Gary Vee, what he did a blueprint for all people. All people can,
and that's kind of what you're doing with your own project, right? It's kind of like gathering all the people like interested, and then helping them get into like a community with like equal people.
Yeah, basically with my project it's a little bit different because it's not about my main personal brand. So it's just it's a project in which we have services inside. For example, we have crypto trading. We have guys that do market analysis, and we have events for personal growth. So it's more like this, but so for that you can use the NFT. Basically, the NFT was born to build communities. Yeah. So that's it. But you can use for many different ways. For example, what I said before, the supply chain, that doesn't, there is not about community at all, but it really helps because if you can do with the food, each place the food went, or the exactly day, the exactly treatment of the food, you can, I mean, for a supermarket, it's life-changing.
Yeah, no, I think that's really true. And so you also said it here yourself, but like the personal brand. So you're also, I've been following you for some time now, you like keep popping up. So I know that you're also working like hard on your personal brand. So what are you planning on anything specific? Because, I know a lot of people in like, even like just like the crypto and NFT space, they like do a lot of personal branding and then they eventually like launch some online course, they transition into something. So are you planning on anything specific with like all the time and effort you put into like building the brand?
Yeah, I'm building my brand since 4 years, 3 years, and I already launched some courses about affiliate marketing, about Amazon FBA 2019. Yeah. And the last one was 2 years ago about Instagram marketing. Okay. So already this stuff, but I was exhausted about that space. Yeah. Especially in Italy, I didn't like too much that space, the online courses space. So right now I'm building my personal brand around NFTs. Yeah. Because I want to be the first one in Italy about NFTs. The main guy.
The guy you think about whenever you say NFTs in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't plan too much right now about my personal brand. Of course, I know that with personal brand, I will have more clients for my agency. I will have more orders for my NFT project. But I'm not planning to launch a paid course at all because on YouTube you can.
I saw that you have like a 60 videos. Yeah, you can just.
I have my playlist in which it's a free course. So I'm not planning to do this. But what I'm planning, and this I think is the first time that I say this publicly, is to, but my Italian guy will not understand, is to make in 1 year and a half, so with no rush, a software. So a software company about blockchain or NFTs. Okay. So the crowd that I'm building is mainly focusing for that. Okay. So no rush, but I want to do that.
Yeah. And is that like a company where you want to go in and help like other businesses use like the utility of NFTs to like, as we just talked about, like the Ticketmaster. Yeah. Like, so is that something similar to what you would be doing?
Yeah, for sure. Because with my agency is what I do right now. So for sure it helps, but right now is really a difficult time of the market because people, big companies like Coca-Cola or stuff like that understand the NFT technology. They're already implementing. They're trying to do something with the NFT technology. It's okay. The mid-level companies, even if understand the NFT technology, what I see right now inside the market is that they have not the the urgency to use the NFT technology. Yeah. And it is strange because you need to build right now. Exactly, this is the right time to build. And I think companies that understand that will have a really cool time in 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Because I think in 2025, more or less, and above, we will start really have the mass adoption of the NFTs.
Yeah, no, I think it's true. And also want to kind of move on to like, because of course crypto and NFTs, but also want to move into like the metaverse discussion. Because I think the metaverse is interesting if you just look at Meta, like Facebook, how much they are investing and how much they are also like, I can see that as myself because like we have 30 plus clients, we're doing like Facebook advertising. So I know right now that they are kind of neglecting their current actual income to focus so much on the metaverse side of things. So how do you see like the metaverse becoming a part of like even like the marketing space or just like our day-to-day lives? Do you see it, like what kind of impact do you see it having?
Well, I think the metaverse, I don't believe too much in the metaverse right now. I think it's really, really too early for that. People are not prepared at all. Basically because, we can talk about conspiracy from that.
Yeah.
We can talk all
then,
hours you want.
then we'll get shut down after posted.
Yeah, but basically what I believe is that, of course, Zuckerberg with Meta did a really smart move, because when the metaverse in 10 years, 15 years will be mainstream, everybody will think that the metaverse is created by Zuckerberg. It doesn't make sense because it's only the company, but the common opinion will be that. So I think it's a smart move for that reason. But investing in the metaverse right now, I think is too risky, because there is not really a good metaverse, because even, the games and all the stuff that came across these last 2 years, I tried to do to play some games or to do something. I'm not really a video game player, but I just tried, and there is really zero pleasure, zero enjoyment to do that. So people are there involved just because of money, for example, just because of rewards.
And also for myself, like I don't really, I think I agree with you, because I don't see the metaverse actually, like right now it's just like a virtual world that is not better than the actual world. Like it doesn't, for me, the only thing that I would ever, like the thought I had like a thought the other day, was that the only one that could use the metaverse is maybe like really poor people that like lives in like a place that looks horrible, like the environment is bad, and then they can use the metaverse to like create a fake better environment. But you will never ever be able to, like, if you have no money, of course you won't be able to buy $500 glasses and connect to internet and then actually go there. So I don't see people like us. Why should we live in another world than the real world?
Well, this is the thing that I said before about the conspiracy. I think that they are making this world worst in order to have a reason to go into the metaverse, in which you can be controlled a lot more. But people need also to understand what is metaverse, because even a Zoom call can be a metaverse.
No, exactly.
So people need to understand that. So it's not a game, it's just a virtual reality. And I mean, the main goal is to not understand if you are in a virtual world or in the real world, to really go into the metaverse and say, okay, spend a life with that. I don't know. I don't have the answer about that.
No, I get that.
Maybe we are in the metaverse right now.
No, exactly. And also I think that's when I see what the technology with like the VR glass and stuff can do right now, I don't believe that it's on, and as you say yourself, don't want to like get too much into like the conspiracy theories, but it's not unrealistic that it's a simulation. Like it's not unrealistic that what we are living in is a metaverse, because if you think of like, okay, how many pixels can the eye see, like the quality that we can see, like if I look like at you here, and if I look at my screen of something in 4K, I wouldn't be able to like see the difference. And also what it can always like already do, like the one that Meta released, like the VR glass, it can always already like detect what are your body doing, even though it's just on your head. So I feel like we're also moving to a point where like the metaverse is also like getting scary at some point, and I don't think it's realistic that like the metaverse becoming anything right now. And also I think like there's also just been like such a hype from the media with like the crypto boom like going up, and then NFT happened, then the metaverse happened, and then it was all about like you have to buy properties in like the metaverse and stuff like this. And I feel like now it has just kind of died.
This is the consciousness of people too, because they are not understand what is metaverse. Because even say buy a land in the metaverse, okay, but you know that there are a lot of metaverses. It's not one metaverse.
Me and you, we can go today. We can go create a metaverse, and then we can sell fake land, basically.
Exactly. People don't understand that. So my vision is that, of course, at the end of the day, just one or two metaverse will fly. But here is really, really too early to say something. And for the I don't know, for like the common sense, like what is the metaverse? We live in the metaverse right now. Nobody can say that. Even Elon Musk was talking about this and say nobody can know.
I have no idea.
Nobody can know.
Yeah.
Because
and also
the only theory can be denied. Because if I say to you, we live in the metaverse, you don't have proof, and that.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
No, I think that's like an endless discussion. It's like discussing, is there a God? What is the meaning of life? Like stuff like this.
I mean,
It's
in
like,
Dubai, it's easier to think that we are in simulation sometimes.
yeah, I know some of the things that happens here. It's like sometimes it's like too crazy. I
Yeah.
just saw you posted the video the other day with like the flying
Yeah,
car.
yeah, the flying car. And 2 days ago, I was drinking a drink in the Address Beach, and
Yeah.
during the night, just drone,
Yeah, the
the fly
drones.
drone
I saw that one as
randomly
well.
without reason.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I feel like here, I think we are probably the closest place in the world to like anything
yeah.
similar to the metaverse
Yeah,
because
true.
things are so crazy. And also now with like the whole, so Saudi Arabia, like doing the line, like
Yeah.
this insane building. So
I think that's crazy, man. I mean,
yeah, no, it definitely is crazy. So, you said you were 22, right?
what?
You said you were 22. What did you, age?
8?
Yeah,
23.
23. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. So, like, of course, you would still say that you're like really, really young. So, when did you feel like in your kind of entrepreneurial journey that you really started becoming like, okay, now I'm successful? What was like? When did you have like that first like sense? Okay, like now I'm successful, or if you've even had that?
Well, I think when I just go out from my home, maybe, because I live alone even in Italy for
Yeah.
some months before coming in Dubai. So when you start having, bills to pay, rent to pay, stuff like that,
Yeah,
you have the responsibility on your shoulder, and you can manage it.
yeah,
I think you can name yourself successful, because even success doesn't mean anything. Just for me, just if you are able to manage yourself, to live,
yeah,
to do what you do, to do what you want, to live the life you want, to engage with the people you want, live in the place you want, etc., you are successful. So I think that period of my life in which I just go out from my home, in which I was born, I say, okay, this stuff works, and I think I'm successful right now.
yeah. No, I think
I'm not really focusing into it. I mean, I just do what it takes, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. And also that's what I feel like talking to a lot of like, as you said yourself, like successful people, and not only in like the monetary way, like having a lot of money, because also I feel like I think there's a lot of people that would say themselves that I'm successful, I have a lot of money, but it just doesn't like give them like any happiness or any fulfillment. So it doesn't really like a lot of people, they like, as Naval, he says, like, you're trying to solve like external problems, like getting money, but whenever you like actually get to a point where you're making money, and like I saw this for myself, was that like in the beginning when I became an entrepreneur, I was like 10K a month, then I will just be so happy.
Yeah, me too.
And then you get to 10K, and then you're like, okay, it's not here, but I have heard that at 25K, it's insane. Like that's where you get really, really happy and everything is great. And then you kind of get to 25K, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's not it's not that fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people that say, okay, I'm super rich, I have enough money, just people that that keep that as the money in a really fast way.
Yeah,
Because if you build your wealth, if you are working into it, I mean, it just because every time you change your point of view. If you start from zero, you say 10K a month like crazy, then you reach 10K a month, you start seeing 30K a month, it's 1,000 per day.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you are maybe more focusing on to net worth. So you say, okay, I want to reach 100,000.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, 100,000. Wow. Then you reach one, and this happens to me. When I reach 100,000, I say, what the fuck? How could I live without 100,000?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, because every time you change your point of view, your perspective level.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a game you need to keep.
Yeah, exactly. No, and also like the money game, I don't think it's a game you can like win, because if you're at the point like, and I've believed that for myself as well, if you're at you've been at 10K, you were not like happy, but you thought you would be happy, and if you're at 25K and you were not happy, and then you're thinking, no, because I do that myself, I'm like, when I get 100K a month, like every single month, no taxes, anything, then I will be happy. But I'm also certain that when I didn't achieve happiness from like 10 to 25, I want to achieve happiness when I get to 100. Because when I get to 100, you'll still have a friend. And that's also like, I think, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing here in Dubai, but there's always someone doing stuff better than you. And there's always, like, you'll always have a friend with like the nicer car. You probably still have a nice car, but his car is just a bit nicer.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like that, like endless mill.
Dubai for that is crazy because it's keep pushing you to the limit. Of course, you need to find the balance because even pushing too much to the limit without reason is useless.
Yeah, of course.
I think Dubai really set you the right mindset, the right pushing yourself because you see like Bugatti. When the first year I lived in Burj Khalifa, and when in the elevators I saw almost every day people that has 2 Richard Mille. So 1 Richard Mille here, 1 year. So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And so I say, what's really the point? The finish point.
Yeah,
there is no finish point because I think the money game, you win the money game if you become really wealthy. So maybe, I don't know, 30, 50 million. Yeah. After that, I think doesn't change really anything.
No, I don't think
and then you spend it all before you die.
Yeah.
This is my vision about the winning the money game.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think that's interesting. And actually I heard an interesting thing the other day was that like a lot of rich people, what happens is that they get rich, they start buying real estate, then they start buying more real estate from the money they make from real estate. And then they just like, it just becomes a money game. So I also think this is a thing I did for myself, like I think 1.5 years back when I was starting to see like some traction in my business. I was like starting to have a feeling, okay, I think at some point I'll have a lot of money. And then I sat down and like I did an exercise where I like just wrote down everything that I would like to have with like the money. Like when I get all the money I want, like what would I want to have? And then I think it's really important to like have a set amount of money. And whenever you reach that, you'll have to say to yourself, okay, now I can't be focused on money anymore. Because if you don't do that, I think what will happen is just what happened for me like this year was that I thought I would be happy when I got to a point, but then I wasn't. And then I think it was because I didn't have it wasn't an end goal. It was just like a part goal. Yeah. So you reach it and then you on to the next point. And I had this experience myself, like when I bought my first watch, like I was like, okay, when I get the Rolex, then I'll definitely be happy. I won't need anything more. But then I got it and I was like, okay, but the AP, that's really a nice watch and that would be insane. Yeah. So I think it's just like the constant leveling of you can always get more and there's always like more to have. And if you never are able to sit down and say, okay, I'm happy with what I got, I feel comfortable, I'm happy in like my day-to-day life, then I don't think there's any worth in actually making a lot of money or having a lot of money. Because if you keep having a really stressful life and you keep working 80 hours a week, it will not make any sense. There's no reason to go through all the suffering to just keep going through like the suffering. I think that's actually more, then I would rather just be like insanely broke, but just living a happy life than keep like suffering in like chase of money all the time.
Yeah, and also about the materialistic stuff. I mean, I have my theory about that for example, when I buy, for example, my Rolexes or stuff like that, I think that I don't feel anything when I do it because I visualize it too much and for my brain, it already happened a ton of times. So when happen in reality, it doesn't change for the brain. Yeah. And my theory is that with this you can visualize and you can achieve everything, but then when you achieve, you don't enjoy. So what I do, for example, is to let others people enjoy. For example, I buy something for my family or stuff like that. So this is really let me enjoy more because at least I see someone enjoy it. I say, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you get like an insanely good feeling. That's also a thing that I've just started doing when I moved to Dubai. Was like every single month I just want to like give away like just like 1,000 dirhams. And it's for me it's been so funny because and me and my girlfriend, we have this talk all the time, is like I really believe that like in life and whatever you get in life, you have like a karma score. So whenever you do something good, you just like you get like 1 point. And whenever you do something bad, you like get deducted a point. So I believe if I go out and I feel so good about myself, like whenever I took a taxi, just like give 10 dirhams more. Or whenever I get like, just today I got delivered food, just give him 10 dirhams. Because it gives so much happiness. And to me, that 10 dirhams would never give me, if I spend it myself, I would not get that amount of happiness that I can give to others.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's also a good way, and I think it's good to say it, that when you get to a point where you have like the basic stuff you need yourself, the only real way you can like get happy from having a lot of money is basically giving it away. And Iman said the same thing as well, was like, it's like losing your taste. Like you can't really get anything from it. Like no matter how much you spend, it just won't like get that feeling. And I only feel the way you can actually get that back is like, as you say, experiencing it through other people.
Yeah. I think this is really something to focus on, because if you just buying stuff like expensive stuff for yourself, it's just for your ego. So the first thing you need to face is your ego. When you face your ego, you start understanding why you're doing it, really, why you're making money, and you start understanding that giving people money or your family gift or stuff like that, it's really what bring you, joy and fulfillment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the end of the day, I talked about this to many of my friends, even when I came to Dubai, that I was 20 years old, I was living in the Burj Khalifa, it's the tallest building in the world.
Yeah.
And I was asking myself with my friends, but if I'm doing this right now at 20 years old, what else I can do?
What more to do?
What else I can do? Of course, I can go to New York, to Central Park, and have a 20 million penthouse. Okay. But after 2 months, I know that even in New York, to 12 million penthouse doesn't make sense too. So I started thinking about that at that period. I think I have a good conclusion right now, that is giving to people and enjoy.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. My big brother asked me the same thing, because I was like, I wanted the Porsche, I wanted the Rolex. And then he asked me, so what will you do afterwards? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I think sometimes you can set, like, when you set goals in like materialistic things, it's just like, you don't even know what will happen. And then what always happens is that you get it, and then you wake up the day afterwards and you do the same amount of work, you do the same thing you always do, and you just keep pushing to move forward. And I think it's, as you say, it's important to ask yourself, okay, why do I want money? Why do I want this? And I think, as you mentioned yourself, everything comes down to ego. So it's always just like, why do I want a Rolex and not just like any watch? It's because I want to show others that I'm doing good. I want to show others that I'm having money, because I think it always stems from like some sort of insecurity, that I want to kind of show people that I'm not, and I don't even think it's like, I don't want to show people that I'm better. I just want to show people that I'm worth something.
I made it,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So one of the last things I want to ask you is, if you could kind of not give everyone else an advice, but what would you have said to yourself like maybe 5 years ago? Because now you've come such far, you moved to Dubai, you minted your own NFT project, you're doing all this stuff. So what would you say to yourself like 5 years ago? What should you do to get to the point where you are now?
Okay, so basically what I said to myself 5 years ago was just focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Try a lot to find few people to trust.
Yeah.
And then if they can help you to focus and build that one thing, is perfect. And then that's it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just it. You just need to focus on one thing, find few people to enjoy the life and to scale your life from business to love to enjoyment to all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just focus on this.
Yeah, I think that's really true, and I think that's where like the most people fail, because right now I don't think there's ever been a time where so many, especially like young men, try to make money.
Yeah.
And they try to make money in like unorthodox ways, like online business and stuff like this. And also, I don't think there has ever been a time with like as many people failing. Because, and I think, as you say yourself, like the number one thing is that people can't really focus. They always like, people are so subject to like shiny object syndrome, so they'll always think the greenest grass on the other side.
Because everything works.
Yeah,
you can make money with everything. That's the point.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why it's so hard. And I am like a victim. I do it myself. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be working with like e-commerce. Maybe I should be working with this niche because
Yeah,
that niche is always better. And I heard a great thing, like a guy said the other day, was that like the grass is not greener on the other side; it's greener where you water it.
Yeah.
So it's basically just if you put your work into one thing, decide one thing, and I say this on my YouTube page as well, was that if you do one thing for 3 years and you're not successful and you don't like it, then do something else.
Yeah,
But if you've been doing
state
it for,
is this.
yeah, singular focus. No, but it's so true, and I think so many people are like they get so caught up in switching because they always believe that there's something better, and then that becomes like an action point instead of just sitting down saying, okay, now I'll give this business model 3 years, and if I'm not successful, then it's probably, maybe it's not the best business model, maybe it's not like the best thing for me to do, but at least I've given it a go. Instead of the people doing like, for me, like I have so many people texting me like, what is your niche? Like, and I'm like, yeah, we work with like a lot of different companies, and then they're like, so you don't have a niche? And then I'm like, no, we just work with a lot of different companies, provide them a service, and they pay us. And then they're like, oh, okay. And this is a thought I had the other day, was that when people are texting me saying, what are your niche? They are basically searching, they are hoping that I would say, this is my niche, this works so well. Because then that can then they can explain to themselves, oh, okay, I've been not working in this niche, that's why I'm not successful. So I can kind of make an excuse for myself, okay, I'll just change and then things will be better. And then they change, they switch focus after 3 months and they never become successful.
Yeah, that's the point. Alex Hormozy was saying that the main key of success for really rich people is just to doing the same thing for an extended period of time without expecting results.
Yeah.
That's the point. And one last thing I would say to myself is to focus on the things that matter around my health. For example, the exercise, food, sleep, and sun.
Yeah, no, I think that, and move to Dubai, because all of those things becomes easier. You get like, for me, like, just as you mentioned yourself, like the sun, getting energy, being outside, it gives you so much like mental and physical energy. And like where I'm from in Denmark right now, it's snowing, it's like -7 degrees. It's not a good environment. So I think, as you mentioned yourself, like good food, good sleep, do work out and all this stuff. And if you put yourself in an environment where that's a thing that people do, and I think Dubai is a great environment for that, you also give yourself like a kickstart. Because if you're in an environment, that's why I think Dubai has helped so many people, is that they get removed from everything that they're used to. So you kind of have to reinvent yourself, and you reinvent yourself from looking at your surroundings. And if all your surroundings are making money, they're sleeping, like they're not going out like Monday, like whatever, they are going to the gym, they are working hard, then you will just do the same.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think Dubai is such a great place, because that's what people are doing here. Of course, there's also people going out having fun drinking, and you can do that sometimes if you want to do that. But at least, like when you wake up on a Monday morning, you know what people are going to do. They're going to go to the office, they'll stay there all day, and they'll work hard.
Yeah, and even during the drinking nights, you can meet people and then work together. Because here in Dubai, everybody is like 90% is an entrepreneur, so you can talk, you can build something. Exactly. It happens to me a lot of times that I was like in a restaurant, and the other table I was hearing say, you work with this, so we can do something together.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I experienced that myself, like just from going out, like just going out on a club or whatever. Like if you talk to anyone, they're always in Dubai doing something interesting. Either they have their own company, they're working at something interesting, they're doing something interesting. Yeah. So it's just, it's a great place to be. But thank you so much, Lorenzo. I think it was really nice having you on, like really nice subjects that we went over, getting success. Like I think it's such an important thing to talk about, because for a lot of people, I think it seems like so unrealistic. And I think it's like, we, like the two of us, we can kind of prove to people that if you like really work hard, you do the things that we just talked about, focus on one thing, you'll actually get successful, as long as your time frame is long enough. As long as you give yourself the time needed to become successful, then you can achieve it. Yeah, exactly. I think if you believe that it's unrealistic, you start really work on your mindset, because maybe the first problem is the mindset. Yeah. When you fix your mindset problem, it's a long journey. It's not a
one video YouTube or one course. It's
No,
a long journey
exactly.
that you need to do on yourself. You need to understand first it's real. Okay, you can do it. Everybody can do it. And then, of course, you can.
Yeah,
and you do.
exactly. No, perfect, man. No, thank you so much for joining us today, and also
Thank you.
for the people watching, listening, whatever. Thank you so much for listening. If you like the episode, check out some of the other episodes or leave a like on this. There will be coming much more from us. So thank you so much for listening and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.